What's up guys, hello, welcome back. Today I am going to be talking to you about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. J.K. Rowling, with some help from John Tiffany and Jack Thorne, wrote Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the ape story set 19 years later. I was fortunate enough a couple of weeks ago to actually go away and see both parts 1 and 2 at the Palace Theatre down in London. I think it's incredibly easy just to sort of criticise this. You know, it was definitely marketed wrong, it was kind of pushed as the next story. A lot of fans were kind of expecting another book. At the end of the day, this is a script to a play, and I think if you're going to comment on this, you need to have seen the complete show in its entirety, rather than just judging the story that is contained in this book. One thing though, before I get started, you know, had to get myself a little souvenir from the show, so I got this Gryffindor shirt. So you know, let me just get ready for this. I picked up a thing or two at the show. Ta-da! Magic, right? The showing for part 1 started at 2 PM, lasting 2 hours and 40 minutes, with the second part starting at 7:30 PM, running for 2 hours and 35 minutes. Of course, both shows had intervals. All in all, it was probably about 5.5 hours of Harry Potter. But yeah, I would definitely recommend going to see both shows on the same day. It doesn't feel long, you don't feel tired or anything like that. You know what? This is a bit dull, isn't it? Really? We're here again in this room. I feel like you know, I feel like if I'm going to talk about Harry Potter, I need to go somewhere else. You know, somewhere a bit nicer to do it. So yes, there are some elements of the story, okay, quite a lot of the story, which does come across a little bit fanficky. The whole time travel thing was probably a bit of a bad shout really for a Harry Potter story. One thing I will say though is that seeing the show, when you actually see the time turner, I mean, it's like this big. It takes like 3 people to hold it. Okay, I can kind of, you know, go along with the fact that maybe it works slightly differently than what we've seen before. Yeah, we were gonna get pretty damn nerdy in there. The whole time travel thing, kind of showing us alternate realities. Yeah, you know, I can go with it. Like I said, the time turner's different, and I can be like, right, okay, so it works, and how it travels through time is different. I think one of the main issues really with the story though is the fact that the main villain, her #1 drive is to bring back Voldemort. Side note, J.K. Rowling's always made it known that the T in Voldemort is supposed to be silent, so it's Voldemort. Everyone in this play, whenever they mention his name, is saying Voldemort, 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 Voldemort. Okay, I get it, that's the proper pronunciation, but just kind of like calm down a little bit. Maybe you should have been a little bit firmer with that when they made the first movie. Delphi's main sort of reason for existing is to bring back Voldemort. I don't know, I think you've got a bit of an issue there. Your new villain's main aim is to bring back the old villain. Why? Why couldn't she have just been an entirely new villain in her own right? I mean, it makes sense, obviously, when you get into it. Spoilers, seriously, spoilers, 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 spoilers. It makes sense when you get into it that obviously Voldemort's her dad, so that's why she wants to bring him back, but it's like, really? Really? Okay, and again, take issue with that, the whole Voldemort having a daughter with Bellatrix thing. It just, no. Why? Why would he? He wouldn't. No thank you. So, that's kind of enough ragging on the story. What makes the show so incredible is just the show itself. The stages, the magic happening on stage, and you know what? Some of the characters. So let's kind of start with the characters. Albus Severus Potter is a bit of a twat. Him, along with Scorpius Malfoy, are pretty much our main heroes, really, of the story. Again, I think it's kind of a bit misleading calling it Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, because we kind of spend a lot more time with Albus and Scorpius than we do with Harry. Not that there's not a lot of Harry in there. There is a lot of Harry in there, but we kind of it's kind of split 50-50 really between Harry and Harry's son and his best friend. Scorpius is absolutely brilliant. It's kind of funny because the books and the films kind of throughout them made you hate the Malfoys, whereas in this one play you kind of start hating on Harry, and well, not really hating on Harry, but you know, you're just kind of like neither here nor there really with Harry or with Albus at all. But Scorpius, absolute legend, absolutely loved him, probably the best character in the entire thing. Some other characters did go a bit underutilized. Ron wasn't really utilized all that much. Hermione, yeah, she got a fair amount of time. Hermione and Ron's daughter, I mean, she might as well have just not been in it from the start. Like, there was really no point in having her appear at any point whatsoever. Yeah, Ginny was okay. Like, Harry was good. He had some good moments. He did have some good moments with Albus as well. The whole him being a bad father thing. Yeah, I can kind of get, again, that's the story element that a lot of people have sort of been ragging on. But no, I can kind of see that. My only issue with it is that Albus is like his second child. So it's like he's not had this issue with his first child, he's not having it with his youngest child. Like, obviously, I can get that some kids are difficult, but it kind of makes him out like he's some all-round bad father, and it's like, well, clearly he's not some all-round bad father. Him and Albus just butt heads. But hey, that's families, that happens sometimes. As I said, one of the best things really about the show is just all of the magic on stage. There are so many things in there where I'm just like, how on earth did they do that? There's a moment where Harry enters and goes into the ministry, and he goes via a telephone box, goes in, picks up the phone, and just gets sucked up into the phone. He's gone. I was like, whoa, what? How has that happened? And then a bit later on, there's a similar part, but 3 of them go in, and all 3 disappear at once. Like, what? This is mental. The only kind of little bit I'd say that's comes across a little bit daft is when Harry and Draco have a wand battle in Harry's kitchen. They're kind of being throwing each other around with spells, and there's obviously stagehands all in black carrying them, and it's kind of supposed to look like slow motion, and it's just a bit like, okay. It didn't ruin it, but compared to sort of like disappearing, reappearing, and like flames coming out and stuff like that, it was just a bit near. It's not just the magic on stage as well, it's the way that the stage is used. It's kind of very minimalistic in terms of like switching from set to set. For example, the Hogwarts Express, when they're on that, it's just a line of luggage, and the stage kind of turns, and you know, you've just got train noises going on in the background, which I don't know what I was expecting going in, but I thought it was going to be something more than that. But it worked. It works. You don't actually need all that much to let you know where you are. Some of the effects that they're coming out with, though, on stage are absolutely incredible. They did this thing with like the lighting whenever anyone used the time turner to kind of like create this sort of ripple effect. And like generally, I was like feeling a bit nauseous at times. I was like, whoa, okay, we fully just moved through time here. As I said, very minimalistic set. Good use of these 2 staircases, which kind of get spun around and keep going in and out. And they were used for sort of like various set pieces. There's a wonderful sequence where sort of Albus and Scorpius keep missing each other in Hogwarts, and the staircases are moving around, and it's obviously like the moving stairs in Hogwarts. It must have taken forever to choreograph, but some absolutely incredible things. One point that I'll mention as well that I don't really want to go into too much detail on is the Dementors. Oh my god. The Dementors are absolutely incredible, and again, just how they managed to pull off some of the things that they pull off with the Dementors is absolutely incredible. How have they done it? How have they achieved this? So yeah, all in all, it was parts 1 and part 2 were both absolutely brilliant. The cast were all brilliant. As I said, some characters were underutilized. Again, the story could have been better, but trust me, if you go and see the show live, you will not be disappointed in the slightest. It really is a wonder to behold. I highly recommend, if you can, go get tickets to go see it. If I can ever get my hands on them again, I will definitely be going back. So yeah guys, thank you very much for watching. Apologies the video didn't quite go as originally planned. As I said, lots of stuff that I kind of really wanted to go do, but I wasn't able to. But you know, lessons learned. If you've liked this video, do give it a like, do subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing more stuff like this in the future. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching.